Hi everyone, my name is Razyel Kayne. I'm back with another interview, and actually this time a second interview. Let me reintroduce David Kaye.
Second, you wanted me back again?
Yeah, well, you offered
Oh,
last
here,
year. You said
yeah.
reach back in a year, and I said, yeah, I
Glutton,
will, and now I
glutton for
did.
punishment.
I'm
Jesus,
I'm glad I did though, because I'm sure you have a couple of things that the NDAs have become null, and that you might be able to give us a couple new projects came out that you were excited about.
yeah. I'm trying to think. Has anybody hired me?
I'm pretty sure they did.
Uh, yeah, maybe they have. I know there's a quiet place game. I'm involved with the quiet place is pretty cool. Also, I can tell you that I am now officially part of the Pokemon universe. I guess that's
Really?
a big deal. Um,
Can you tell us
uh,
which character?
I'm not sure. I think I can. I believe I can. Um, yeah, Gibeon. I
Gibeon.
am Gibeon.
Okay. Well,
I am
that's
Gibeon. So yeah, so watch. I can't. That's all I can tell you. But I'm in part of that universe. There's something I'm involved with now that's quite exciting. That's under an NDA. Will be you know
that was my
that
second
information's
question. If there's anything.
dropping soon. Also, season 2 of Digman is out. The Working with Andy Samberg on Comedy Central, and that fun show that is this season 1 is currently out there right now. I play Howard Toe and a bunch of other characters on the show with Andy, and that's on Comedy Central. Digman season
Okay.
2 is happening. Gosh, I just got back from the UK. We did the TF Nation over there was incredible, and I'm heading over to Sweden at the end of September, or I guess last week of September,
Okay.
and doing the convention over there. It's the largest Transformers convention in the Nordic part of the world, which is very cool. So, and what else? Yeah, I play the question on that suit with the DC. What is it called? Oh my god.
Oh,
Uh,
the DC, the Crisis on Infinity Earth.
yeah. So I'm on the question. Also, I show up on Batman Cape Crusader finally, and I got a chance to play in the Batman universe with that incredible crew, and I play a character called William Hastings, and he is the butler of what's her name? You know, the main Harley Quinn.
Really, you're playing Harley Quinn's butler. That's cool.
Yeah, so that's out there. That's streaming there. You can see that. It's also on Fright Crew. Season 2 is on streaming currently on Hulu and Peacock, and I play Mayor First, and that was a lot of fun to do. I just love that show.
What
Um,
What's the project that like you're waiting to see the fans' reaction the most?
uh, I have no idea. You mean the one I can't tell you, or the one or two I can't say anything about?
Well, yeah, the one that you can tell us.
The one
I'm
I can't.
guessing there's still a lot of NDAs going
Well,
around. Then.
yeah, sure. I mean, gosh, the Pokemon universe is kind of cool. I get a
Yeah.
chance to work with my good buddy who I worked with in anime many years ago. Started my career, and they had me aboard, and it's really great to work with Toshi and the crew on Pokemon. That's pretty cool. It's part of the Zeitgeist, and everyone knows Pokemon, and it's just why I've always sort of wanted to have a Pokemon, but I don't know. It's. I'm not sure my character. We don't know quite what he looks like yet. Um, so
Okay.
um,
So old.
so
It's
I'm
so
I'm
it's not.
anxious. I'm anxious for you to when he is revealed. That you'll see. But that's for a future. As
So
they allow.
this one wasn't a dubbing then. So if you haven't seen the character, like they're doing it,
Oh no,
recording
it's
first. And
it's dubbing.
Okay.
But I don't. I think in the current where it is now or where it's been dropped. I'm not sure where we are in the series. I don't know where it is,
Ah.
but I don't know if you've seen him yet. So I'll just leave that up to you. It's kind of cool. And I brought a little duck from TF Nation and the I get all kinds of gifts and presents and things. Oh my God, people were so nice. But yeah, so there's a bunch of stuff. There's a lot of commercials happening. There's some trailers going on. It's just sort of a constant thing, and I honestly need help, and I kind of forget where I am half the time. I don't quite pay attention.
Well, I think you have a good crew. I mean, I've dealt with, Miss Maz a couple times, and
Oh yeah,
she's
everybody's great.
fantastic.
Thank goodness,
So,
because I'm completely lost without help.
behind a great man, there's many women right now.
Thank goodness, yes, and I totally agree.
Okay,
Totally
and there's
agree.
one thing that I went through your Instagram because I'm looking for pictures of
Yeah,
it,
I don't
but
post
I
a lot. I mean, I post. I'm kind of in and out, but yeah,
yeah, yeah, but I mean, I was looking for picture of your mobile recording station, which I've learned about it when you were at TFCon last year,
yeah,
TFCon Toronto,
yeah.
and the so you mentioned that you had like you are able to record as you're driving.
No, no,
Oh,
not at all. No, because
okay.
that would be loud, and the microphone is on a clamp. I thought I had some photographs of it. I thought there was photographs. We have stuff. I know there's a post. I think I did do a post. It's on Insta.
Okay.
And it's about I recorded something, and then what do you call it? I played back what was produced from the recording of the car.
Oh, okay.
I'm always interested. No, I'm usually stopped. It comes in handy. Like for example, I had a whole bunch of before little back surgery. This past year, I was going down to 3 days a week down. Just it's 5 minutes away from here, my chiropractor, and doing it on the rack, trying to not do surgery sort of thing.
Right.
And, so it's great because I would set up. I'd get down there early in the morning, I'd set up, and, I'd go in, do the rack, and I'd come in back in the car and wait for him to get in the office, and so I'd have, like, a half an hour before he showed up, and, I could, get rid of all the stuff that's come in. Some trailers come in early, some pickups I have to do for different radio, TV stations or promos, and so I'm able to do all that from the car. We're about to head north on Monday, Northern California to wine country, and the gear's coming with me. And so Monday's a holiday, but and the following Monday was we're coming back. It's not, so I'm able to. We're head out in the morning when we charge the car or stop. I hook up the rig. It's on the it's on there. We'll find it. It's out there. But it's easy. And then my laptop, and then I record my stuff. The cabin is a perfect little studio, so I'm able to be available all the time, which is a good thing and a bad thing sometimes because I
Right.
know that my managers and agents, my entire team in New York on both coasts know that. Oh, he can probably do it. So, even when I go on vacation, the rig comes with me, and I have a tri booth, um, and that's also a bigger thing. So when we stay someplace at a place up north, and I build this little thing, and it becomes a small studio. So I always have my rig and my gear, as it's just it's I'm on call essentially all the time.
Well,
Um,
that's I can see the disadvantage of that, but I mean, modern cell phone, have made us, be connected to work all the time as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's the
Yeah.
way it is in this business, and it's a job for me to post things and do stuff like that. It's enjoyable when I'm sort of have a moment, but otherwise, like, oh God, it's just it's one of those things I didn't really sign up for, and but it's part of the deal, and
Eh,
so I get it, I get
What
it.
gave you the idea though? Like, were you just overwhelmed and didn't find time? You said, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna do it in my car, or
Yeah, no, well, George, my engineer, has been George been working with. I've been working with him for years,
okay,
and it just became, especially doing movie trailers and things. They need you right away, and there's been many times I've been sort of caught red-handed in the past, Like I'm like, well, I'm not near a studio. What do I do? So over time, we came up with this system, and it's phenomenal. Um, and it works. It works great. It's just that it's my agent said one time him and I had a conversation. Jeff Danis at DPN, he's retired now, but he's still doing stuff. And he
Okay.
said, as long as you're available, can you be available? Yeah, I'll be available. Um, and being available is important, but it also means, and it's got to sound professional. It can't sound rinky dink. It
Yeah,
can't
you can
sound,
have like a
it has to sound, man, my hair's getting long. Holy smoke. Just notice that. It's like, look at that. Look at, oh my God. It's time to get a
well,
cut.
it's
Wow.
stylish.
Well, yeah, it's kind of it's a mess this morning. Um, but yeah, it's I have to be available. Like it's you know,
So
I'm
you're
because
still
I'm all over the map. Sometimes I'm doing animation. I did an animation over in the UK. I did a session. There's another thing I can't really talk to you about. There's actually there's a couple of big projects coming out that I still can't mention anything about, but I did do a session over in the UK at this big old sort of mansion property. It was really cool, and I set up in the made a and I did the session. So you can do things anywhere, but again, the gear has to sound good. I mean, it has to. My engineer George works with me to make sure it doesn't sound like crap, and I have software that I use in case I get in a bind. It kind of takes out all the background noise,
just fades that out.
and and it's clean. It's not like a muffled. So yeah, I mean, I love that. I'm never busy enough. If like I'm busy all the time, but I never really think I'm really that busy, because, when you go on social media, it's like everybody else seems to be really busy, and I'm like, "Well, I'm not really doing anything right now."
Well,
So,
I mean, you
uh
did just from the list you gave earlier, you seem that you did work a lot, plus the
yeah, no,
commercials and
it's an ongoing, today, like, sometimes the calendar is full and sometimes it's not full, and then when the days are not full, that's when I'm leery because I get up this morning and went, okay, gonna go for breakfast. Oh wait, no, I got it. Okay, all of a sudden the morning is taken, and then the afternoon, and then there's another gig, and then somebody wants a pickup on a thing. I'm doing some promos for FX is the old man. FX is the old man, and that's coming up. The new season's coming up soon. I'm the voice of the series, the promos for, and I've been doing that. So that comes in at any time they need pickups or
okay,
so yeah, it's a constant. I don't feel like I'm busy, and here's the reason why I think is because it's so much fun, and I don't really I'm not it's not really work. It's work in a sense that you have to be available, but it's like for me to record it, it's the most joy. It's the best part of the
yeah,
day when I'm doing something, something goofy. And then we're constantly reading for shows, like constantly reading for different animation shows. A secret one came in the other day that no one really knows about, and I went, "Oh, well, crossing finger." It's
okay,
the life of an actor, and so and I've also started to do thing. I've jumped back in front of the camera, so I had a little rig over there,
okay,
that's ready to go. And I've had instances where I have an agent now, and I'm sent. I'm now recording myself, and I have to do scenes, and I used to do that a long time ago, and I'm back doing that again. I really enjoy it actually. So it's another thing that I'm doing. I've added to the list of stuff, and I don't know how I'm going to fit that in. When I booked my first role back after many years, I'm going
right.
to have to fly probably to Canada. And I'm thinking, well, how's that going to work? So that's another thing. I have to travel with the gear, with the rig. I have to, have it's a whole, yeah. Maybe
It's
I
a
just,
lot. I mean,
yeah,
do you take
yeah.
time for yourself though, like just for your
Oh, no,
mental
I
health?
do. I
Okay,
do. Oh, no, no. Oh my god, I do. The back surgery thing, I'm finally now it's been 3 months, and I've been like this morning, my hair, it's a bit because I got up at 5:30. I'm getting up early, and, I feel if I don't do that, I won't get it in. So I did 4.5, almost 5 miles this morning for like we have hills around here, and I did hills and walk, and I
okay,
did my PT. doing my workouts. If I don't keep physical, the last 3 months have been rough because I don't have an outlet. I'm music. I've been working out all my life, and when all of a sudden you can't, you got to heal. You're like, well, what am I going to do? I'm studying I'm trying to pass my level 3 W set, which is the wine certification. I've got 1 and 2 with
Okay.
I failed the theory last year and a half ago now, but I was really good on the tasting. I passed with distinction. So I'm going to go sit the exam again and up in Napa in March. So my head is wrapping around that, and that's a whole other bunch of stuff. So,
I'm
and in the
guessing. Yeah.
meantime, I have voices in my head every time a character comes. So I'm juggling all this sort of cerebral stuff, and coming up with the way. I'm always constantly trying to figure out something new, um, and uh, and that so it's a yeah. I love it, and
But was that natural for you, or is it something that you developed? Like, is it a gift, or?
I don't know. I'm just glad I found something because I don't know what I would have done. I mean, I was in radio, and
Well,
that
I
was where
remember listening to your voice on Shea
yeah.
106 back then. Yes,
Oh yeah, doing Shea 106, Ottawa's best rock or whatever it was,
exactly.
right? Um, yeah. So that's still that I still do stuff, in that business. I do a lot of that still on the periphery of the business. Yeah. It's always I've been always mimicking and listening and hearing. I love this morning I did a couple of reads for trailers, one for a promo, another for another trailer or something. And I love finding new stuff. And with trailers, like this morning was very much in here. I don't
Okay.
do anything this summer. It's that's sort of a read in theaters Friday. It's a very do nothing. And then I was yesterday, yelling for a cartoon series that's out there for a guest star, and I'm coming up with this voice, and I do it. So I'm all over the map. And I found last night, I could feel like the throat was a little like kind of screaming at me a little bit, like, "Hey,
Ah, okay.
shut up." So I tried to not talk last evening. Um, it's just it's a constant motion, which I love, and if I ever sort of stop and I sit, I enjoy it, but I after a little while, I'm like, okay, got to do something. That's my problem. I think next year um, may be the first do nothing vacation I've ever taken because our vacations are usually bringing the gear, going to Italy, we're like seeing stuff and going
Even on
here to Europe.
vacation.
All the time. We're in Japan. I brought my gear. We had a
Okay.
great time. People left me alone for the most part, but I did do work. I did in the hotel. You know,
But now you're
um,
planning a non-work vacation, and that's
no, here's the thing. It is the first. I just said it's the first tropical getaway vacation where I maybe do nothing, and just enjoy like where we are.
okay.
But I don't know how I'm gonna
It's gonna
not
be different.
not bring the gear because there's always several projects that they could be trailers or commercial campaigns, or maybe there's another cartoon and that pops up. Um, I think you know what it is. I worry about aging out, or I worry about not being called. So I'm doing as
I
much as I can.
I mean, I
You know,
doubt that that would happen to you. Like, because I'm looking at Frank Welker, because to me,
yeah,
you
but
guys are,
He's Frank Welker.
yeah. But that, see, to me, that
David
there's
Kaye.
it starts with Mel Blanc, then it's Frank Welker, then it's you in terms of the amount of work that's
Yeah,
been
but
done.
yeah, thank you. You're very kind, but I to put myself, you mentioned my name there with a couple of legends, and
Yeah. Well, I
I
think it's
mean,
been established in the business now that you're a go-to guy that can really, you're always available, and you're
and
hardworking, you're professional, and it's something that has value.
yeah,
There's
it's true. It's true. I mean, you are right. It is a profession. It is it's so much a lot of fun. But there's the business side of it, And what you don't see is the team of people behind me. The New York team and the LA team, and there's a couple satellite people. There's the management from LA, New
Right.
York as well. My wife who does all the books, and I annoy the shit out of her because every month, what's this for? What's that for? Is this a business account? I said, I don't know. I don't have a head for it.
See,
I
I'm in
like,
accounting, so I know exactly
so
what she's going through.
yeah, because well, is it what is it? I don't know. I can't remember. Well, did you? I don't. I'm busy. I mean,
Yeah.
my brain doesn't function very well with that. So I'm really fortunate to have people around that are good. My publicity team and all that. Because otherwise, I think, and they will tell they'll be the first to tell you. I'd sit in my chair there and like curl up into a ball and you know um it's I just I know that the business part of it is very important, but it's also the toys are even more important. Look at
Oh,
that.
I have that one.
Do you? I finally
Yeah, I
got
did.
it. I
You just
finally
got
got
it's
this
a
one.
fantastic toy. Quality wise, articulation wise,
Like, look at
it's
that.
really a great version of Megatron.
Yes, excellent.
Yeah.
I now have a, what do you call this one? Transmetal?
This is the Transmetal
Yeah.
2 Megatron.
Transmetal to Megatron.
Yeah.
Here's another thing, I mean, it was last year I was doing some of the I was lucky enough to be on the circuit for a short period of time. What is it called? The fan, the Dallas, the Boston one. Which con was it?
TFCon?
No, no, it was the a lot of celebrities go to it. More important people than me. What's it
No.
called? It was I can't remember the name of the convention circuit. Ah, damn. Anyway,
Yeah.
I was on. It was in Denver, and I realized there was like younger kids coming up, and they were into Megatron. Well, that's like 25 years old plus 30. What?
Uh,
But I keep forgetting that. Oh yeah, it's streaming. So the parents and the kids now are seeing because you can stream it, and I go, oh right, yes, streaming.
my
Yeah, that'll
son, he's 6 and he watched the whole Beast Wars.
that's what's happening. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking, "Oh, I'm aging out, we're gonna," but no, it's as popular now as it ever was,
Yeah.
and they have new iterations of the series coming. I mean, it's brought me around the world, and I've never been to Sweden, and, I'm gonna land in Copenhagen and see. I've always wanted to. I'm a big food and wine guy, and I'll probably hit a great restaurant by myself, and I'll take the train into Lund across the border, and then I think on a Sunday after I've never been to Stockholm. I have a client over there, and people say you got to go to Stockholm. So the Transformers, this series started with this.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I have
That
this. Well, I
whole
have the smaller
the
version of that.
MP40. This is he's a beauty. I got
Yeah,
one in a
that's a
box over
masterpiece
there.
one.
I love it. But it's taken me around the world. I mean, literally. I'm in Japan, and I'm in this place called Yufuin, which is Western Japan outside of Beppu, and it's a little sort of touristy village. I loved it, and these beautiful, kids, were working behind at a matcha shop and only spoke Japanese, and we're in there with our friend who's Japanese, and like she told him in Japanese, I'm a seiyu ego, I guess, an English voice actor. And I said, Dragon Ball, Dragon. I said, well, yes, I was in Dragon Ball.
Yeah, for
And they jumped around. They knew Sesshomaru, that I was the English actor, but they jumped around. They wanted a hug and a picture. I go, oh my God. Like it's bizarre to me that halfway around the world, that
yeah, it's universal.
it's just so I'm pretty grateful and that I've
Yeah.
been able to, bring some joy to people.
And that's why I do, my spotlight, my little 5-10 minutes video
Yeah.
promoting, voice actors. And I like to interview you guys because you guys are probably the happiest people I ever met.
Yeah,
There's,
it's aside from all the actor angst crap that we all go through, like no one cares.
yeah,
We all go through that, and I'm probably worse than most. But yeah, it is a pretty joyous, joyful job. I mean, It really is, and
Yeah,
it really hits home when you go to conventions like Toronto, where, we saw you, and then when I was in, what was the last one we were at? In England, in Birmingham, England, and these kids, and there was one fan that came in and, spent their hard-earned dollars just to see me, which I keep wanting, "Here, take the money back," you know, and they
yeah,
wanted, and he said to me, and it was, in the they called it the Legends thing, where they get a chance to take a picture and talk with you for a minute. It was a really great idea what they did over there. Well-run convention, so great, TF Nation, amazing people. I can't say enough about them. Um, and, th and the kid, so I call him a kid, but he said, if it wasn't, he said, for it wasn't, I can't remember the context, but if it wasn't for the show or the character or this, he said, I would not be here. And he made a point, and he started to tear up, and my wife's over there, and I start to go, and I go,
yeah.
and you kind of go, whoa, man, that's heavy. That's wow.
Yeah.
So
Well, there's a lot of like David Sobolov, your former colleague from Beast Wars. He
yeah.
was telling a story of a veteran from the Iraqi War who had tremendous nightmares and PTSD.
Oh my God.
And
Yeah.
then he noticed that after he was watching, I think it was Transformers Prime, because David was in
Yeah.
Sobolov was in there,
Yeah. Yeah.
and he said, when I watched the show, I wouldn't have nightmares,
Yeah.
and
Isn't
that's
it? It's
how he
interesting,
kept
isn't it?
going.
Yeah. It's, stories. It's just, but, writers, and we gotta make, props to the writers. The reason they went on strike is not only AI, of course, the big one, but it's they without the words, I mean, those I still have some scripts back there that, was it, the Tillo and what's his, oh my god, the writers of the original Beast Wars, any of the writers that I've worked
Yeah,
with, I'm in awe. How do you craft that? How do you, when I read Dickens, I sit down, I have a minute, I kind of open up an old Dickens. I like Charles Dickens, just because, how do you do that? You read a sentence, you go, oh my, like, how is that? Who does that? And that's
yeah,
way before AI. And so that, without them and without the people that create these characters, Derek Wyatt, the late Derek Wyatt, which is so surreal to say, the late Derek Wyatt, miss him terribly, but he created, a little Toxitron, created these toys, these characters.
yeah,
Without them, there's no us. And I always tell people, at fan conventions, without you guys, there is no us. There's no, and it's all about stories. It's all about our imagination and going away. And that guy who, fought in the war, he needed something to take him away. And
exactly.
that's what this does. That's what this, there's a great play, Noises Off, I did, and played Freddie. It was one of the most fun I ever had on stage. And there's a one line in it. The director, says, I come to the theater, to be taken out of myself and preferably not put back in, and that's what it is. This is what entertainment, helps us do. It brings us joy, takes us somewhere. And I have to say, in the world of movie trailers, Don LaFontaine, my mentor, when he was alive, he came up with the inner world, because when you go into a movie theater and the lights come down, it gets dark, and when you hear the voice, in a world, in a time, in a place, it takes you out of your current,
Yeah,
maybe shitty situation or great situation, but it brings you into a different world. And that's the idea, was in a world. Um, that's the whole idea, to take you out of yourself and into this other world. And that's where Transformers is so wonderful. You can go down the rabbit hole, man, not just with the shows, but with the toys.
oh, wow, you see my rabbit hole is
Yeah,
right
I
here.
see.
So, but
I
before you
see.
go, because we did hit the 30-minute mark, but before you go, I
Oh,
want to know.
really? I didn't even
Yeah,
do any voices.
it's been so interesting. But are you gonna make it to TFCon Baltimore on November 1st and number
Yeah, I
first to the
can't,
third?
because we're traveling. It's between, like, between Japan and the UK. I may be going back to Japan. I got Sweden.
Okay,
We got a wedding. Look, if I could fit it in, I would go. I don't know if Colin may have asked me, and maybe I think maybe I can't. There's some reason I'm not going, but
Okay.
I
Oh,
want to
well,
go to Baltimore because there's a great food scene in Baltimore, and I really want to check it out.
I'm
And
gonna try it because I'm driving 9 hours to get
or
there this
you are,
year.
huh?
Yeah, my
All right.
first U.S. convention, so I'm really excited.
Let me just see where I am. Just quickly before we go, where am I? What's the reason? There's a reason. October. Where are we? Oh, here it is. Oh, yes. So, David Foster's 75th anniversary concert is at the Hollywood Bowl on the 3rd. My
Mm,
parents are coming out, and I'm the voice of the two of that concert, the commercials, and
okay.
so I have a box for the bowl.
Oh, well,
That's
that's
one
cool.
big reason why I'm not available. Yeah,
Well,
next
that's
year.
all good. Well, we'll
Next year.
see each other at
Yes.
Toronto maybe another time.
And I'm running out of these. I'm running them out. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do another run yet, but I'm going to bring until I sell them out, and then we'll decide. So next time hopefully I'll bring a few to Sweden, but mostly maybe you'll see me next year here in Toronto. Who knows?
Okay, perfect. Well, that's my time. So thanks, David, again for coming back. You know
No,
what?
gosh.
I'll
There's
send you another
yeah,
invite
no
next
problem.
year, and
Of course.
we can do that a yearly thing. I'd love
All
that.
right. That sounds fine.
Perfect.
I'll have
So
a
thanks.
haircut by then.
Yeah,
Or not.
hopefully.
Or not. I don't know. All right,
Yeah,
but
yeah. Maybe you could do the ponytail.
maybe it's going to happen soon.
Okay.
Okay,
Well, thanks for everybody in the chat for stopping by, and to anybody who's going to watch this. Follow David on Instagram, and he has his own website, davidkaye.com, which has tons of stuff on it. So you might want to check that out. David, again, thank you very much. And what's my ending? I'm too excited right now. So anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell, leave a comment. Love reading those. Keep coming back. I have more on the way. And remember, nothing in life gives you a right to be an asshole. Take care.
All right.